All right, gather round, folks, because today we're diving deep into one of the most wonderfully bizarre, unsung sporting events on the planet, the Great Underwater Noodle Race. You heard me right. Forget Formula One, forget the Tour de France. We're talking about elite athletes, a swimming pool, and a whole lot of spaghetti. So, what exactly asterisk is? Asterisk, the underwater noodle race. Picture this: a team of 2 divers, one starting at each end of a standard swimming pool. Their mission, should they choose to accept it, is to eat an entire plate of spaghetti and meatballs as fast as humanly possible, completely submerged underwater. No coming up for air. It's a race against the clock, against their opponents, and against their own lungs. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds impossible and kind of messy. And you'd be absolutely right on both counts. That's the beauty of it. This isn't just about speed. It's a symphony of strategy, breath control, and pure, unadulterated willpower. The rules are deceptively simple. Each team gets a plate of cooked spaghetti with sauce and 1 meatball, weighted down to the bottom of the pool. When the starting signal blares, the first diver plunges in, scarfs down as much as they can, and then, once they're up, their teammate immediately dives in to continue the feast. They alternate like this in a frantic relay until one team has polished off every last strand and, crucially, the meatball. The first team to surface with an empty plate and an even emptier stomach is crowned the champion. The origins of this glorious spectacle are as murky as the pool water after a few rounds. Legend has it that it started as a dare between a group of professional divers back in the late 90s. They were looking for a way to test their skills and have a laugh during their downtime. What began as a silly challenge soon snowballed into an annual, underground event, attracting divers, and competitive eaters from all walks of life. Let's break down the strategy, because believe it or not, there's a real science to this. First, breath hold is everything. Most competitors are experienced freedivers who can hold their breath for minutes at a time. This gives them a crucial advantage, allowing for longer, more productive eating sessions underwater. You'll see them practicing specific breathing techniques before the race, packing their lungs with as much oxygen as possible. But holding your breath is one thing. Eating a full meal while doing it is another. Chewing requires effort and consumes oxygen. Swallowing without inhaling water is a skill that takes years to master. Many racers adopt the slurp and swallow technique, minimizing chewing to conserve energy and oxygen. They treat the spaghetti less like a fine Italian meal and more like a fuel source to be ingested as efficiently as possible. It's not pretty, but it's effective. Then there's the teamwork aspect. The relay exchange has to be seamless. The moment one diver surfaces, the other must be ready to go. Communication is nonverbal, relying on splashes, hand signals, and pure instinct. A fumbled exchange can cost a team precious seconds. The partner on the surface isn't just resting. They're coaching, encouraging, and watching the clock, planning the timing of the next swap. Now, let's talk about the food itself. You can't just use any old noodle. The pasta has to be cooked to a perfect asterisk, al dente asterisk. If it's too soft, it turns to mush and clouds the water. Too hard, and it's impossible to chew and swallow quickly. The sauce is usually a simple, light tomato sauce. Nothing too heavy that might cause, well, digestive distress. And the meatball. The meatball is the final boss. It's dense, requires serious chewing, and is often the make-or-break moment of the race. Many a lead has been lost at the final, meaty hurdle. Watching it live is an experience like no other. At the start, the pool is pristine, the plates of pasta sitting at the bottom like sunken treasure. The whistle blows, and chaos erupts. Divers hit the water, and the surface churns as they eat with a ferocity you've never seen. Strands of spaghetti float through the water like confused eels. The sauce creates pink clouds that obscure the view, adding to the drama. The crowd is on its feet, cheering for their favorite teams, their roars muffled every time they dip their heads to watch the action below the surface. One of the greatest champions in the sport's history is a duo known as the Marinara Trench, comprised of a former Navy diver named Jacques and a competitive eater named Brenda. They dominated the scene for 5 straight years. Jacques had a lung capacity that was frankly superhuman, allowing him to stay down for almost 3 minutes per turn. Brenda, on the other hand, had a jaw that could pulverize the meatball in seconds. Their strategy was legendary. Jacques would go first and clear almost all the spaghetti, leaving Brenda to dive in for a lightning-fast finish on the meatball. They were a perfectly balanced, pasta-devouring machine. But like all great dynasties, their reign came to a dramatic end. In the 2019 championship, a rookie team called the Al Dente Duo shocked the world. They were younger, faster, and had a radical new technique. Instead of long, extended dives, they used a rapid-fire relay system, swapping every 30 seconds. This meant they were less fatigued, more explosive, and kept the Marinara Trench completely off balance. In a nail-biting finish that came down to a single, rogue strand of spaghetti, the Al Dente Duo snatched the victory, ushering in a new era for the sport. The great underwater noodle race is more than just a silly competition. It's a testament to human creativity, endurance, and our wonderful capacity for turning the mundane into the magnificent. It's a sport that celebrates the absurd, that pushes the limits of what we think is possible, and that reminds us not to take ourselves too seriously. It's a world where athletes are measured not just by their strength or speed, but by their ability to conquer a plate of pasta against all odds. So, the next time you're boiling some water for dinner, take a moment to appreciate the humble noodle. It's not just food. For a select few, it's the centerpiece of a grueling, hilarious, and utterly captivating athletic contest. It's a symbol of glory at the bottom of a swimming pool. What do you guys think? Is this the greatest sport you've never heard of? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of competitive underwater eating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the weird and wonderful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.